the Messiah. Yeah, it's another soggy day in paradise. It's like a bowl of soggy cereal out here today. But in spite of all that, we're very thankful. Thankful to be alive and well, in good health and in spirit. Another day to praise the Most High and to thank Him. Are you thanking Him on a real level in your day-to-day activities? Are you taking the time out to pray and just to tell Him how thankful you are that He gave you a chance to live in this world, not to be of the world, but to live in it, experience it, and to serve Him all the while going through whatever it is in which you're going through, unapologetically. Do you have what it takes to do that? Are you doing that, no matter what's thrown your way? Because that's what we need to be doing, especially in the times we're in now. You know, it's fully going down. This Iran situation, pay extra special attention to it, because this is prophecy being unfolded in real time, right in front of our very eyes. So we can't be taking this lightly. For those who are not in the best of health, in the best of shape, pray to the Most High to give you a good, clean bill of health. Also, start building yourselves up. You know, the judgments and the things that have yet to come but are on their way to coming. You need to get deeply rooted in Christ. You need to clean up your diet. You need to make sure that you are doing everything you can to build yourself up so you can obtain a healthy vessel going through Jacob's trouble, going through these things that are going on now and that are to come. Got to stay in shape. Got to make sure that diet is up to par. Got to discard pork and all this other nonsense foods that are not good for us. You know, that's key. You know, they've done a magnificent con artistry job, you know, making us think once we reach a certain age pinnacle that we're just automatically going to deteriorate. We won't be what we once was, and and that's not true. You know, it's about how you take care of yourself. It's about what you're consuming. And your mental state of being has to be up to par as well. And above all, you need to be deeply rooted in Christ. Remember, we were created to never die. That was the original format. We was created to never die. So with that being said, obviously we die now, but then, you know, you gotta remember, there was at one time people were living 800-900 years of age. They wasn't deteriorating. Once they died, they were dying with the full might of the strength still in the body. So we got to get out from these delusions, out from these, you know, these deceptive measures that's been inserted into our psyche. We got to do that. We got to take care of ourselves, because going through what's to come, we're going to need to be in tip-top shape. You know, that those of us who are not planning on accepting the mark of the beast, you know, because I mean, if you plan on accepting the mark, hey, by all means, eat, drink, and be merry. Do your thing. Well, for starters, his name is not Jesus. But that's another conversation for another day. You know, one thing I'm not going to entertain is underminement. I'm not going to do that. And I'm just going to put that out there right now because I don't have time for it. Serious business is unfolding right before our very eyes. And there's a lot of individuals out here, they don't even have a roadmap as to what they can do to make their load a little light. You know, because money is not the end all to be all. You can have the bunker, you can have all the snacks and the wham wham zoom zooms and all of that. And if you're not rooted in Christ, you're going to fail anyway. You're going to be doomed anyway. That's the most important, crucial element behind all of this. Staying rooted in Christ and the Almighty. Because if you don't, you will meet your demise going through everything that's to come. This Iran war needs to be a wake-up call. There's still a little time left to get yourselves on code with the Most High. If you haven't been baptized, get baptized. Believe in Him with everything within your inner being. And He's going to guide us through Jacob's trouble in these times to come. Because this get ready to get real. I mean, look at the people that get followed around daily by people as it is. Now, imagine once things really get kicked off, and those of us who are going to not be accepting that Mark of the Beast digital ID situation, you're going to be public enemy numero uno. So, you know, there's no telling what they're going to send our way. But the Most High is going to protect us. He's going to cover us in the blood of Yeshua, and we'll be navigated through it. Now, of course, it's not going to be easy, but anything that's worth anything never is, and it never will be. So, this is why it's imperative that we endure. Get our health in order. Clean your diet up. If you don't already have obtained some type of skills in gardening and other things, areas and avenues, acquire some skills. That way you can come together with like minds and form communities. Communities that you can keep it within the community going through what's to come. And you don't have to be reliant upon a system that's already sinister anyway. Ran by Shaitan, Satan, Samael, the devil, Lucifer. You know? So it is imperative that we get on code with the Most High and do this on a real level and not be out here getting caught up in, you know, it's one thing to expose those who are truly corrupt, especially if there's really corrupt doctrine and things of that nature. But what we do not need to be entertaining is people just on the bandwagon, don't even have a definitive reason of their own proportion as to why they quit following whatever church that they're going to, or following those that, you know, they've been acquiring some life-saving information biblically, on a biblical scale. You know, you got to remember, we are in the age of major deception. So things that might sound spot on and accurate, you have to take a second and third look at, test those spirits. Because the majority of the people are going to meet their demise going through this. This is prophetic. I'm not the one saying this. This was already written. I'm great. I'm blessed. How's everybody doing? So, you know, we have got to keep that into the mind. We got to understand what we're up against here. And discard foolishness and buffoonery. Because there's going to be people coming along trying to get you to question your faith. You know, your faith will be tested constantly and continually. That's going to happen. But it's up to us to ask for that knowledge and wisdom and understanding and discernment from the Most High. That way, we don't, get entrapped in a snare of the enemy. You don't want to get caught in no bear traps. You know what I'm saying? Because those are going to be laying out like clockwork. It's going to be the Judas 2.0 experiment in the house. They're gonna be sending the Judases 2.0s at you. They're gonna be coming in saying all the right things, acting like they got your back from way back without a back. It's going down. Words gonna be smooth, oil slick. So but if their actions are not aligning with the words, you gotta nip that in the bud and keep trucking. Because these actions they'll have you meeting your demise. You don't want to meet your demise. We want to keep our faith in Christ and the Most High. Trust that He'll navigate us through this. Because everything that's happening is already written. Everything that's occurring was already put in motion. It's bigger than Trump. It's bigger than all these characters that they put in place. All they're doing is following their cue card. That's all they're doing. They don't have no real power like that. And once that's understood, then you can understand all this for what it really is. And then they got all these channels out here that, do you support Trump? And I don't, why should you? And it's not about him. As far as in the manner in which they're trying to put out there, he's merely doing the job that he was selected to do. Nothing more, nothing less. This game of life is a real movie with real actors. But you got to weed out all of that and keep the main focal point on Christ. And trust and know that He'll guide us through. Because we haven't seen anything yet, folks. We haven't seen anything yet. It's just beginning. And it's getting ready to get rip gut real out here on the level that has never been seen before. So if you're not in shape, get in shape. If your diet's not cleaned up, clean your diet up. Start fasting more. And then by fasting more, you'll be able to go longer in between each meal. You see what I'm saying? We're not supposed to eat 3 meals a day anyway. That's overkill on the body. And all you're doing is rushing to your death. So, true education is key. And then you're gonna have these know-it-all types out here that they can't ever see anything from a spiritual level, but yet because they go to church on a Sunday and they're only really going to church because they're using that as a stepping stone to acquire worldly gain. And there are so many people in this world whose approach is aligned in that manner, and that's wrong. So let's get ourselves in order. Let's get deeply rooted in Christ. And let's continue to prepare. That way we can be navigated through all this and can be told the words, well done, good and faithful servant. That is something to strive for. Not no worldly gain that's just going to be raped anyway. With that said, blessings be to the Most High God. Stay in Christ. Stay in prayer. Fast. And do what's required. With that said, have a blessed day out there. Shalom. I don't engage in religion. It's about spirituality. So trying to use that as a mechanism to undermine what I'm saying is not going to go in your favor. So you have a nice day, and if you got an issue, stay off my channel because I don't need you. Now, goodbye and good riddance.